Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday afternoon. We're home, as you can see. It is like 4:25 and I just fed all the outside cats and I cleaned up the yard because like cat food cans from I don't know how long ago had blown all over the place and they got buried in the snow and then it was all mushy out there and I didn't want to walk around in the mud, so I just picked up all of that stuff. I don't even know how that got out there, but they had collected somehow and they blew everywhere. So I cleaned up the yard. It looks a lot better. And now I'm sitting down to talk to you. So during plan time today, I did tons of stuff. So I did lots of prepping for like power hour, and because I'm prepping for 3 groups. So it takes a little bit of time to do that. And I got some things prepped for some upcoming activities. I also was working on what's called a unit of instruction. And it's something that each grade level does, and they pick like one topic. And everybody in that grade level does the same thing. And we collect data on it. We do a pre and post test. And we reflect on it. And we talk about what we're going to do for the high kids, what we're going to do for the low kids, what we're going to do for the average kids. It's a whole thing. And it's a lot of information that you put into this format. And you also have to have appendices. And so you tell about the activities that you're using, and then you show some of the activities with pictures. You also take pictures of a pre-test and a post-test of a low kid and a high kid. And you also upload your data for the pre-test and the post-test. And I always color code mine. I always color code the ones that passed green and the ones that didn't pass red, so you can kind of see the correlation. And I also track. I go, so many out of this many passed, so many out of this many didn't pass for both things. So I got all of that done today. So all I need to do now is just change a few things, because now that I have the data entered in my little data form, then I can add that to the big document, and just, I need to go through and add some more reflection and then put it in the place it goes, and it's done, and it's due by Friday. So I'm happy to say that it's almost finished. Yay. Let's see. After school, we needed to leave right away, so I didn't have time to film after school either, because we needed to come home because I've got a lot to do, and so does Caitlin. She's trying to finish her cover letter for an internship that she would like to do this summer. It's all the way in Kansas, but it would be really good if she could get it, because it's great experience for her gardening and her nursery work that she wants to do. So she was working on that a little bit, and she'll be working on some more of that tonight and getting that done so she can send it in. I think she got a recommendation from one of her teachers also, which is good. But other than that, just busy, busy, busy. This is a super, super busy time of year. If you're not a teacher, I will reiterate, this is a super, 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 super busy time of year. It feels like everything is coming due and your projects take longer to do. And so you're just like really deep into everything. And my kids are working on their nonfiction animal reports and doing a fantastic job. Like, it's amazing how interested they are. Of course, I let them choose their own animals of the books that I had. And they're super, super excited to find more information about them. So I'm really glad about that. So today what we did was we expanded on what we did last week, and they researched more if they didn't find enough information from the last time. I let them go on Epic and look for things on there. And also I went to Reading A to Z because I have a membership in that. And I was able to get it on the iPads and log in with my account and find books for them so they could look in those resources too. So, because they're supposed to be able to find information from a variety of sources. So they've looked in a book, they've looked on Epic, which is it's a digital book resource, and they've looked on this Reading A to Z digital book resource too. I'm hesitant to let them do Google searches because you never know what you're going to come up with, but there's supposed to be like a Google Kids, which is a safe search site for them. So I want to try that for the kids that are having trouble finding enough information for the reports. A lot of them did finish today and they were super excited. So they had taken the original graphic organizer that we did last week, and they found information for basic things like diet, habitat, behavior, what they look like, and if there are any predators for that animal. And then they also found 3 fun facts, 3 things they thought were super cool or interesting about their animal. Sorry, I have to keep changing hands because my arm's getting tired. So if they didn't find everything they wanted in their book sources, because most of the books, there were at least 2 on an animal, but not always, then they could go on Epic and find books on there. There are lots and lots and lots of nonfiction books on Epic for kids to look through. So they got to do that. And then, like I said, the kids that still didn't find everything they wanted, I got them on my Reading A to Z account and had them find a book on the topic that they were doing there. So that was really good. And the great thing about that is you can get it more on their reading level. On Epic, you can do a little bit on their reading level, but sometimes there's not a lot to choose from on a certain animal. And so you kind of have to go with what there is. I have made a nonfiction book resource for them to create their own book about their animal. And it was so cute. There was a student today that said, "Is it okay if we draw things on this?" And I said, "Sure." I said, "Actually, what you're going to do is you're going to take all the information you're finding and you're going to make your own animal book." And the student was like, "Oh, that's so cool." I said, "Yeah." So you'll have a choice. You can either illustrate things in your book or you can actually find pictures that we can print out and you can put in your book. And so they were super excited. I'm like, yay, I'm glad. It's so cool when you see them get really excited about something. I'm so happy. So they're really enjoying this researching part. It's pretty cool. Because, you know, honestly, kids want to know things. And when you let them choose the thing they're researching, it's so much more interesting to them and they're more motivated to find information. Yeah, crazy, huh? Anyway, so I told them tomorrow we're going to actually start using those nonfiction books that I've made for them so they can start putting in the things. So I will share that with you too because it's just something I made on PowerPoint. And so I'll link it below for you if you want to use it. So it's going to be a half-page book so you can print 2 books on 1 page. And it'll have a title page, so it says all about, and really it could be about anything. It doesn't have to be animals, it could be anything. So very open-ended. Then you open it up and there's a table of contents that they can put in. Then there are a few pages that have like a place for a picture, and then there's some places where you can write about the picture. And then there are some just plain writing pages. And then at the end, I've put a place for a glossary so they can put any interesting words or vocabulary that they want to put in. Also, I have a sheet on the back that the very last page in the resource, whatever you want to call it, is a sheet of like strips that they can use to label things. Because I'm making this have lots of nonfiction text features in it because that's one of our standards is to use nonfiction text features. So they're going to be using a lot of them in their books. So they can use the labels for captions for the pictures they find, and they can also use them to actually label the things in their book. So for example, habitat, they can find a map and they can label the map with the labels. When they find an animal picture, they can label the parts of the animal. When they find the food that the animals like to eat, they can get pictures of the food and label the food. So pretty cool. I'm not super tired, but I'm just like, I don't know, mellow, I guess. It's been a good last couple days. So I slowed down a little bit in our time in math because it seems like it's going super, super fast in the whole group lessons. So yesterday's lesson was a review of time to the hour and half hour, which is a first grade skill. And then today was supposed to be time to the 5 minutes. And I was like, that was a huge jump. Like we didn't even do 15 minutes in between. We just went straight from hour, half hour to 5 minutes. And that was like, wow. And some of my students yesterday were a little bit confused on the hour hand and the minute hand because they hadn't thought about it for a while. And I'm like, oh, I think we need to review that some more. So I did a move it time to the hour and half hour activity with them for their math lesson today to reinforce yesterday's lesson and go math. So tomorrow I'll pick back up with the go math lesson that we're going to do next. So it's time to 5 minutes. So I think it's tell and write time to 5 minutes. And then the next one is telling time to 5 minutes. And then the next lesson is AM and PM, and that's it. That's all there is. I'm like, I feel like I'm going to need to supplement a bit more because I feel like there are some gaps there. I feel like it's just super, super fast and they're not going to get it. Some of my students that need a little more work on things, they're going to be left in the dust. And we are doing time in Power Hour as well, but I want them to get it in their Go Math lessons too. I don't want them to be lost. So like I said, I did that Move It activity. And if you're not familiar with those, I love them. They are made by the Primary Techie. And I'll link it below, the one that I used. And I actually got another one on the sale today. So cool. So today's was time. It says time to the half hour, but it's hour and half hour on this one. So I used it in first grade last year and for the last few years. And the kids that I had last year recognized it. They're like, did we do this last year? I'm like, yes, we did. And they're like, cool. So a Move It activity is a PowerPoint slideshow. And it starts out with a slide that tells you all the different movement activities that will be coming up in the slides. And then it'll give you, I don't know, 4 or 5 slides of problems to solve. And of course, these were clocks and they had to tell what the time was on the clock. And they have a recording sheet that they write the answer on. Then when you get through those first however many slides, this one had 5 slides. And then there was a slide with a movement activity. There's a timer on it, there's music, and it counts down. So today's movement activities were jumping jacks, figure 8s when you did it with your arms. What else was there? Running in place. There was one more. I don't remember what the other thing was. I don't know what the other one was, but you'll see it when you see the resource. Anyway, I highly recommend them. They are amazing. So Primary Techie, I have lots of stuff from her. She's the one that does the watch, think, color things that I've done too. So it makes kind of review super fun for the kids. And it also tells you if they got it or not, because like those, if the picture isn't right, then they miss some answers. So on the Move It activity, I go through the whole thing and then I go back and we check them. So the clock ones, there's a slide that just has the analog clock and they have to write the digital time on their recording sheet. But when you go back, there's a little flower at the bottom of the screen. I think it's on that side, actually. That side. I don't know, whatever. There's a flower that you can click, and then it'll show the digital time. So after we went through the whole thing, then I went back through it again, and I'd say, here's slide number 1. And I'd give them a few minutes, because some of them missed a few along the way for whatever reason. Either they didn't get the time in their head quickly enough, or they weren't paying attention or something. I don't know. But I had a student going, oh, I missed that one. I missed one again. I'm like, it's going to come back around. It's okay. So I waited just a few seconds and then I would pop the time up there. And I said, guys, if you get it right, give yourself something on your paper. Like give yourself a smiley face or a star or a check mark or something good. And so I was hearing, yeah, all right, woo. They were really excited because they could check their answers. It was really fun. So I highly recommend those. They're super cool. So you get a review in, but you also get some movement too in between after a few things that they do. So it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. On the Teachers Pay Teachers sale, I bought some of Mel D's from Seuss-tastic's reward coupon sets. I bought sets 1 and 2 of the individual rewards because we already do class rewards. And so I'm going to be making little coupon books. And I ordered from Amazon some of those trading card pockets, and they're supposed to come today, actually, by 8 o'clock, it says. So I'm going to get those 3-prong folders and laminate the covers of the papers that I made. So she has in the resource little like binder sleeve things you can put in, like the papers. And it says like how many tickets it takes to get whatever. I'm using my bond bucks. It's going to be however many bond bucks it takes to buy these particular things. So I've got like 5, 10, 20. I don't think I did a 15. I think I did 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 200. I may not use the 200. I don't think they'll ever get to 200 at this point in the game. But maybe next year. 100 is a lot. I may not even do that. I may just do 50 this year. Not worry about the big ones. Because if I'd started bond bugs at the beginning of the year, they could have been saving up and had enough for 100. But I really don't think that's even going to be a thing. So Anyway, I'm going to put these trading card pockets inside these 3-prong folders. I will laminate the paper that says reward coupons 5, and that's all the things in this one would be 5 bond bucks to get. And so it'll have to be pretty simple little, not big ticket items because it doesn't take much to get 5 bond bucks, right? Yeah, so I need to put that together. That's one of the things I worked on today too, was printing off some of that stuff so I could put them in the little pockets when I get them. So I decided I'm not going to laminate the coupon things because I think I can reuse them several times over, because really they probably won't keep them very long because they'll be buying their reward coupons on Fridays. We'll have like Friday shop day or something. I don't know. I think I called it Bond Buck Friday or something like that. But they'll be able to do that. I think I'm going to have them maybe do that right away in the morning before we go to specials so that it's done. And I can just call up a few kids at a time and hopefully it'll go fast because they'll have an idea of what they want. Anyway, they've told me some of the things they like, and I think in one of the sets of coupons that I got, I think there's an editable version. If not, I can just make some to go with it. Some of the things that the kids chose for rewards are not in the coupons, which, I mean, she's got a jillion different things. Don't get me wrong. There are plenty of things to choose from. But I also wanted to incorporate the kids' ideas. So whatever isn't in there, I will make myself. So that's something I'll have to do soon. They're not going to have a lot of choices this Friday because we just started the coupons last week. We only had 3 days of school last week, and we have 5 this week. But unfortunately, some of the people are losing some of their bond bucks this week too. It's kind of been a bummer. Been a bummer for all of us, but we gotta, we gotta listen. We gotta do what we're supposed to do. So it's a good learning experience, and the bond bucks can be earned back. It's not like you lose it forever. So we're learning how to make change from 5 bond bucks now. If I say, please bring me a bond buck, friend, and they're like, oh, I'm like, I'm sorry. If I've already given a warning and then student whoever does the thing again, I'm like, please bring me a bond buck. And so it's making a difference. It really is. I'm so happy that I'm home now because now I'm starting to feel tired after sitting down for a little bit. Oh, I did not get to tell you. So yesterday I told you that I made that turtle cheesecake dip for one of my teamies that had a birthday on Saturday. Well, she was so excited and happy about it that when I came in today, this morning, on the little desk outside my classroom was a caramel frappe and a sweet little note from her. Thanking me for the birthday treat. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. You didn't have to do that, but I really like it. And let me tell you, I've never had the caramel frappe. It was so good. Oh my goodness. Because it's basically a milkshake with a little coffee flavor. So how can you go wrong with that? It was amazing. It was a really nice thing to come into. That was so sweet of her. So I really appreciate that. That was so sweet. And I told her so. Like, you're so sweet. Thank you. And the little note was so sweet too. So made me start my day off really nice. Yeah. I have been prepping like a maniac the last few weeks because I'm trying to get ahead of the game as far as if I want to do like a bigger project, it takes a while to get the resources together for it. So I've been putting some things together, and I told you that I'm working on my own classroom transformation project, and it is near completion. I'm so excited, and I'm going to share it with you as soon as I do it. And when I do, I will link the resource for you too, in case you want to do it yourself. So I'm hoping that this weekend I can probably get all the things together for it. Because I mentioned, I think yesterday, that I want to tweak it a little bit to make it a little fancier. Because like I just kind of slapped it together for me. But to put it on Teachers Pay Teachers and for you to use, I want it to be like really nice and stuff. So I've been working on it a little bit at a time. And I've got some of it done. And then some of it, I like the clocks. It's a time thing. And there's some ELA too. So there'll be 5 ELA activities and 5 math activities. So it's going to be time and money and some ELA activities. So keep that in mind if you're like a second grade teacher or even maybe a third grade teacher, you might be able to use it too. I'll tell you more about it when it's ready, but I'm just kind of giving you a little sneak peek preview thing, telling you about it. But my clocks, I have some really nice clock clip art from Scrap and Doodles, but I think it's on one of my flash drives, so I need to find it because the clip art I was trying to use when I was putting this together like Sunday afternoon, the hands to put on the clock, they were not cooperating. They were super hard to align, and you have got to be precise when you're putting time on a clock. So it's timed to the 5 minutes. And if you're going to do that, it has to be right or don't bother, right? So on mine, I just gave up just so I could put it together, and I just printed the clocks blank and I drew them on with a gel pen. I'm not even kidding you. But for yours, I want it to be nice and you just print it off. I don't want you to have to do anything. And I'm super excited that something that goes with it, I figured out a way to make it super easy to prep, like way easier than what I had it for me. So yay. So that's something I prepped today too, was part of that resource. So that will be coming soon to my classroom. And I told my kids I've got some fun things coming up. So they're very excited about that. All right. Also on the TpT sale, I got another thing from Corey Markison from her TpT store. So that'll be super fun to do. And I'll tell you about that when I do it too. I'm trying to think if I got anything else. I did get 2 of Amy Lemon's Magic of Math units. It's Amy Lemon's and Hope King. Sorry, Hope, I didn't mean to leave you out there. Elementary shenanigans. So they partnered up on that. So I am super excited to use those too. I got her time unit there. I got their time unit, and I also got the measurement unit. So I'm super excited about that. I might do data and graphing too, because that's coming up. Our last few units of math are going to be measurement, graphing and data, and then shapes and fractions. I think that's the end. See, we're in 7 right now. 8, 9, 10. I think there are 11 chapters. So I'm missing something. I don't know. Oh, you know what? It's because measurement is split into 2. One is standard measurement and one is non-standard measurement. So it's standard and metric is what it is. So I think it's broken up into 2 different chapters maybe. So we just do have 3 major things left. That's scary to me. This year is whipping by now. It always seems like when you come back from Christmas, the year just goes poof and it's gone. Which is why this time of year is super crunch time, because you're feeling the crunch time. You're feeling the, oh my gosh, my strugglers, I've got to get them built back up. And oh my gosh, my high kids, I need to enrich them some more. And oh my gosh, my low kids, I really need to get them at least a little growth going. We're almost at the end of 3rd quarter now. We have like 2 weeks left in this quarter and we're done with 3rd quarter. That's crazy to me. Then we'll have spring break and then it'll be 4th quarter, and that's like the last 3 months of school. And those go super fast because you're trying to do all the things. You're trying to make memories, trying to make sure the kids know everything that they're supposed to know. You're trying to make sure that you hit all the standards you're supposed to hit for the year. And you're like reviewing and remediating those kids that didn't get the skills earlier in the year too. So like I have a few kids that are going to need to do some more writing to get some of the writing projects done from earlier in the year that they didn't quite pass the first time. But it should be a lot easier now for them because they've even done harder writing projects since those. So this should be like nothing. But, you know, you're trying to like catch everything up and make sure everything's all good and on track. Plus like all of your like PD hours are coming due and reports are coming due and just all kinds of things are coming due. So you just feel like you've got something going on all the time. Yeah, but you know what? It all gets done somehow. We always just keep picking away at it until it is done. So it's always good. Okay, I think I'm going to go get my pajamas on and relax. I need to do some folding of some books and some stapling tonight so I can take them back to my classroom. I've stuffed my bag full of papers. So I need to do that. I'm going to finish up my unit of instruction thing so I can send that in and be done with it. And then that'll be a big thing off my plate. Probably start thinking about if I want to do anything super big next week. I think I'm going to do my big classroom transformation next week. Because I can get it ready. Like it's ready for my class, but I'll get it ready for you too. Because I'll have the weekend to work on that. Caitlin has a big floriculture thing on Saturday. No idea what that is. Something with plants. Then the next Saturday, she has a music contest, and I'm going to help with that. I'll probably end up being like a door monitor like I was last year. But I told the music teacher, whatever you want me to do, wherever you want me to be, just put me wherever. It doesn't matter to me. And whatever time you want me, morning, afternoon, doesn't matter either. I'll just be there when you want me to be there. So she was very excited to hear that. Because sometimes it's hard to find volunteers to do stuff, you know? And I'm like, Caitlin's a senior. This is my last shot at being mom. So I certainly want to help. I helped out last year too. But I'm feeling like the time is slipping away with my kid too. Because she doesn't have very much of school left before she's a graduate. Super crazy. Like, I feel like I just took her to kindergarten and here she is about to graduate. It's crazy time. But I'm not going to get sad yet because I have plenty of time to be crying later. It'll be, you know, if you've had a kid go through graduation, or if you're like Aunt Lita and I, we have seniors right now. So Aunt Lita, you feel me. I know you do. From Wrapped in Education. She totally gets me. I know she does because we talk a lot on Instagram and Facebook. So we're in the same boat. We're in the same boat. So we're going to be feeling all the feels come May. It's coming soon. Coming soon. It's exciting and scary and just all kinds of stuff. It really is. But mostly good. Mostly good. But you think about your baby leaving and it's just really hard. So I'm not going to worry about it right now though because I still have time. Okay. On that happy note, I'm going to say goodnight and I'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning. Happy.
Hi, long time no see in my classroom. It's after school and I'm headed to a meeting, but since I have morning duty, I would normally be leaving now, but I need to get to the meeting. So I thought I'd just catch you up real fast on the day. So we worked on our nonfiction reports a lot today and they got so much done. A lot of them started on those little books that I talked about. They're so excited to finish those and get pictures to put in there. And I even told them if they wanted more pages, I could print more pages because I made it so we can add to their books if they want more writing pages, if they want more picture pages, whatever. So they are super excited. So I said, if you want to add more information that we didn't ask for, you can do that. Like maybe you want to learn about their babies. Maybe you want to learn about different types of your animal. And they're like, yeah. So they're super excited. I've never seen any of my classes be this excited about a writing project ever. So I'm so happy. It's really cool. For math today, we started working on time to the 5 minutes and they were doing pretty well. I taught them to kind of make like a flower out of their clock when they counted by fives, kind of make a loop. So then it kind of starts making petals on a flower. And that was really clicking with most of them. Now, some of them were still kind of like, I'm like, guys, if you don't remember which number is what thing, just count it. It's okay to make marks on your book. It's fine. It's your workbook. It's fine. That will help you remember. And eventually, after we've done this, you know, a few more times, you're going to remember what the minutes are when they're pointing to those numbers on the clock. My pineapple clock has time marked in 5-minute increments all the way around. Let me show you. Because it's, put that up there before school started. See? Can you see it up there? Yeah. Pretty cool. Okay. My daughter, I think, forgot that I had a meeting, even though I texted her and said, don't forget I have a meeting, so you need to come in. So she's probably going to be super thrilled when she reads that. Because normally we can leave at like 3:30 because I have morning duty at 7:30. But like I said, have a meeting, so we have to stay for that. So she can get some things done. I'm just packing up my computer. I have been working on getting those coupon books ready for my kids, and I got one of them started. The ones I got from Seuss-tastic Mel D. Here's one of them. This is one of the covers that you can get in the set that it comes with. It comes with covers if you buy the full set, not just the coupons. And then I haven't done much, but I've got one in the trading card pockets. And so I have 9 picked out for each level of bond bucks. And the kids have been earning bond bucks left and right. So that's really exciting. Okay, so I need to get myself to the meeting because it's going to start soon. I just need to grab my stuff and head on down. So I might check back in with you later at home and let you know what's happening. I did make these today. Find them. These addition fluency books so they can work on their addition facts. I wanted to use it kind of as a measurement to see which ones they remember because I think I'm going to time them on those. And then I can see if they have automaticity with their facts. And if not, I can start them at whatever level they need more practice on because that's got like +0s, +1s, all the way up to +10s. I think that'll be good. All right, I've got myself together. All right, I'm gonna pack up my drinks. I have a little bit of coffee left and that will help me in the meeting because I'm kind of tired. It's a good tired though. We got a lot done today. And we had 5th graders come visit us for Read Across America and they read with kids. It was so awesome and I didn't get any pictures because I totally didn't have time and I kind of forgot, which was stinky. So I have no pictures to share with people. Oh well. And we did some flashlight reading today, which was super cool. We did a lot of writing. We're catching up on that. So it was a good day, another good day. This week has just been good all around. So I will try to check back in with you later. Bye. Hello. Obviously I'm home. So the meeting was good. It was over like at 4:30, which is a little early, which is cool. I think all of us are very tired. I think the weather is just affecting us. We're kind of like, ugh. And we might be under a winter weather advisory, possibly. I haven't seen anything like on my phone weather app, but people are saying, check on the news. It says on there that it won't show up on radar. It's very fine stuff. So I don't know. We've been hearing over the intercom, please get these things signed so that in case we have inclement weather, it's done and ready. I'm like, okay. So I took care of mine. And I showed you some stuff after school. I was going to tell you that I got we have this thing called a unit of instruction as a grade level that we need to do. And it's, you pick one subject and you pick a thing in the subject to do a whole unit on. So we did money and I'm happy to report mine is done and submitted. Yay! So all of that stuff is done. That was a big load off my mind. So now I can concentrate on finishing up 3rd quarter and starting testing for report cards. I always tell myself, I'm going to test through the quarter. I'm going to test through the quarter. And I do, but I also kind of want to give the kids a little more chance to learn a little bit more so they do better on their tests. And I always want to teach them a little bit more of everything before I test them. And so it seems like I always end up scrambling the last week before the end of the quarter, finishing up those report card tests. But I have started reading testing my kids. I started yesterday because Monday we had counseling during my reading time and I couldn't do it then. And then today, a lot of the time was taken up with, we had 5th grade visitors come read to our class, which I think I mentioned earlier, but for about 20 minutes. And then before that, we had a visit from some 3rd graders, which was awesome. So it was just kind of a disjointed afternoon, I guess you would call it. I didn't feel like I could do a lot of anything. And really, I wanted them to have more time to write. And so after the 3rd grade visit, right after recess, we came back to our classroom and I said, okay, guys, you can continue working on your animal reports for about another 25 minutes. And then we're going to have some more visitors coming. And so they got settled down pretty well and got right to work. And they're just really enjoying this. I'm so happy because if you are trying to teach kids to write and they don't want to, it's not very enjoyable for anyone. I mean, honestly, because I mean, it's just, there's no fun in it. But they are super, super excited about these reports. So I'm really happy. Makes my life easier and so much more fun. So I'm glad they're enjoying it. And they're even wanting to do more than what is like required for the rubric. And I'm all for that. I'm like, yeah, go big or go home, peeps. So, you know, I'm extra. They can be extra too. Speaking of being extra, that project thing that I've been working on is near completion. I think I will have it completely done this weekend. Like, it's done, but I just need to add like directions and like I have to make when you put anything on Teachers Pay Teachers, you need to give credit where credit is due, right? So I need to credit all of my graphics and my fonts and stuff like that. Which, I mean, I have like a generic page already made up that has everything I ever use. But I think I may have added somebody because of some of the clip art that I just used. So I'll make sure that everybody is credited for that. And I was able to tweak a few things and make it even better. And I'm super picky about how things look and how they work. Like, they need to work well or I'm not going to put it on there. So I'm wanting to try it out with my class, and then if I need to change stuff, I can give some tips and tricks whenever I put the product out for you if you'd like it. So I don't want to just put something out there and have not done anything with it. And then, because sometimes it looks great on paper, and when you go to do it with the kids, you go, oh, you should have done this a little differently. So they will be my test subjects when they use this product in our classroom. I think they're going to be super-de-duper-de excited, just like I am. And honestly, if you're excited, they're excited. I mean, really, you could make just about anything fun if you're excited about it. You can make brushing your teeth super fun, depending on how you do it, right? It's all about perspective. So I really do think they'll enjoy this, and it'll be a great review for our end of the quarter things. So I may want to do it. I don't know if I think this might be my last week of morning duty. So I was thinking about doing it on Friday because we don't have our math intervention groups on Fridays because we have a short day. And we don't have any, I don't think we have any assemblies that day. I'll have to check. This is the time of year where things pop up and I forget about them. So I need to look on my schedule. I will keep you posted on when I will be doing this wonderful, amazing thing that I'm hoping it is. I'm sorry I'm being so vague. I don't want to say very much until it happens, and then I can show you everything. But I think it's going to be super cool. I'm super excited about it. My husband can tell you that I'm probably driving him crazy because every time I do something else where I'm like, oh, I got this done, he's like, yay. And I know he doesn't really share the passion that I do, but that's okay. It's okay. He has passion for other things, and that is fine. He doesn't have passion for what I'm teaching. It's okay. He doesn't have to. He is still supportive no matter what. But anyway, so I was able to get those addition fluency books done today. I happened to find the thing I need to copy, like the original that I printed out, like in my stack of papers that I was cleaning out. And I went, oh yeah, I was going to copy those like a couple weeks ago and I didn't do it. So let's just run it through right now. So I think during lunchtime yesterday is when I copied all those, because I ran it through and then I went and picked up my kids and took them to recess. And when I came back from recess, like dropping them off, then they were done. So then I could just, I got one of those big old monster binder clips that I got from like the dollar spot at almost at Halloween time. What the heck? No idea where that came from. Bloop. At back to school time when they had all the awesome stuff in the dollar spot. I got those ginormous, I'm not even kidding, they're like almost the size of my hand. Not quite as long this way. They're probably like if you went like here back to my pinky. They're big. They're big and they will hold a stack of papers. It's really good. So it held my class set of booklet pages. And then all I had to do was just fold them and staple them. Well, I brought all of that home last night. I brought that. I brought all the reward coupons except the ones I hadn't printed yet. I found folders here, plastic ones, so they should hold up. I brought something else that's coming up. That was something I needed to compile. And I grabbed my box of trading card pockets that came from Amazon yesterday with the intention of putting things together last night, and I just was too tired after doing my other thing, my unit of instruction, because that was the most important thing to finish, because there was a due date on that one and it was due on Friday. So I'm ahead of the game on that. So super happy about it. So I got my PD hours in, I got my unit of instruction in. I hope everything's good. It looked good when I put it in. Let's hope it stays that way. And then I could work on some ongoing projects, which is awesome. Yes, I was able to get lots of things copied and stacked. So then all I have to do is fold and staple. So I showed you the addition booklets I got done. I was going to do them last night. Didn't happen. Did them during plan time today. And printed some more things for this upcoming thing. I need to laminate a few things at home, because the home laminator has thicker lamination, so you can make like really thick things with it. Am I even making sense? I don't know. but I'm trying. I would like to cut those reward coupons out and at least get like the first 2 folders of those done. Because my kids don't have a lot of bond bucks to work with because we just started it last Tuesday. Not that they haven't been earning them, it's just we haven't done it long enough for them to have very many collected up. Most of them have, I don't know, close to 10, I would say, which is how much you need for the first thing of coupons. Now, they don't have to spend them. They don't have to spend them at all. They can save them. So awesome. I told them, since we got a compliment today, and when we get a compliment, they get 10 stars for our classroom star jar. When that's filled up, they get to choose a party as a reward because it's all based on compliments from other teachers. I don't usually put stars in there from me. They usually earn them from outside the classroom. That encourages fantastic behavior other places other than just in our room. Because really, you should be awesome no matter where you are, right? So they got a wonderful compliment from the art teacher today, which was super cool. So I was like, oh my gosh, guys, did you hear that? You just got a compliment. And they're like, oh, I'm like, 10 stars. When we got back to the classroom, as I was putting the stars in the jar, I said, oh, you know what I think would be cool is I think if you earn a compliment from another teacher, you all should get a bond buck too, because all of you participated in getting the compliment. And they're like, oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I think I mentioned yesterday that either that or the day before, I don't know. One of the days recently that I had looked at the cubby area after the kids had packed up and put their backpacks in the line to get ready to leave, that it was beautiful and spotless and picked up and not a single thing was out of place or on the floor. And I was like, oh, and they all earned 5 bond bucks. They almost fell over from the shock. Yes, they were so excited. I also told them, though, that if I have to ask them to clean the area, they won't earn anything. But if they clean it without me asking them every day, they can get another bond buck just for doing that. I've also been giving them bond bucks in the mornings if they're getting right to work and reading for AR. Because we have about, depending on what time they arrive in my room, they get there anywhere between 7:50 and like 8:05-ish. Depending on if they stopped and had breakfast or not. So a lot of kids have about 20 minutes before they go to our math intervention time. So if they're being really respectful and responsible and getting right to work and, you know, staying on task and doing what they should be doing, I've been going around and laying bond bucks on their desks and by their spots where they're reading. And they're like, yeah. Now they can also lose them for not following directions. Such as if I say, it is now level 0, I expect everyone to stop talking and only listen now. And I tell all of them that every time. I also remind them, from here on out, if you are talking, you will lose a bond buck. And unfortunately, sometimes some of them lose them because they talk. So anyway, we've had some give and take in the bond book department. The bank has been getting bucks and the bank has been giving out bucks. So it's been a back and forth kind of exchange today. But overall, I think they're doing really well. They're really enjoying it and they're looking forward to being able to spend them or bank them up and save for a rainy day to do something bigger. So if you are interested in the coupons that I got, I will link both of the coupon sets down below in the description box. They're made by Mel D of Seusstastic. She makes awesome coupons. And if you get, there's one set that's like both of the coupon sets together and that's all you get is just the coupons. If you buy the sets that I did, then you get like storage ideas, you get binder covers. That's where those little things that say how many reward coupons it takes to buy the things that I showed you earlier in the classroom that I put on the front of the folder. That's where that came from, and they're editable, so you can change the amount that the kids need. You also get tickets, printable tickets, in case you want to use those. And I want to say there's different sizes of coupons. I think there's like full page ones. And there's the size that I showed you that'll fit in those trading card pockets. I think I'm going to shrink mine just a little bit because I don't know about every printer, but my printer gives the option of actual size or fit to page. And if you do fit to page, or I think there's another name for it. I don't know, shrink or something. I don't know. It'll make it just a little bit smaller. And if I printed them like that, I think they might fit in those trading card pockets just a little bit, because they do stick up a tad, which it's not really a big deal. Honestly, if you didn't use the 3-prong folders like I'm using and use binders, they wouldn't stick up past the binder, I don't think, because binders are going to be a little taller than the folders probably. But anyway, I had the folders stored in my garage, and I'm like, let's just do that and not buy more binders, which I think I have a whole bin of binders that I cleaned out over the summer to use for other things, and I didn't need that many. It is now about the time my husband should be calling probably, and I'm already in my pajamas with my face washed and everything. So I'm going to go get some things done. Maybe I can work on that project and kind of finish it up. So if we do have an inclement weather day tomorrow, cool. I'm not counting on it. It's really cold outside. It got a lot colder today, but like I'm not counting on it. It's not raining. It's not doing anything. I don't see anything on my weather stuff. So I think we'll have school tomorrow, which is probably good because it's going to be crunch time. We got stuff to do. So whatever happens, happens. I can't change the weather, no matter what. Whatever happens, happens. So we'll just have to see. All right, I'm going to go for tonight, and I'll see you next time. Good morning. Happy Thursday. So my outfit of the day today is PJs and bedhead, which is what I would have worn to school today. But we got an inclement weather day. So I'm sitting here cutting out my reward coupons to put into my little coupon books, because I brought them home thinking I would do them last night, and that didn't happen. But when we got the message this morning, now I can get all this done. Woo! So I can do all the things and still rest and watch some TV at the same time. Oh, so cool. So I just laminated something for my upcoming project, and I should be able to finish it today. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to do it with my kids and share it with you. It's going to be so cool. I hope. So I'm going to keep cutting these coupons. I'm going to keep snuggling my kitties. Boo's right here keeping me company. She's doing her best to keep me warm and snuggled. Yeah. And I'm going to enjoy drinking my coffee and relaxing today. So I'll probably pop in here and there and let you know how it's going. There's all the scrap from cutting all these coupons up. I've got the 10 bond book coupon book done, the 20, the 30, and the 40. Yay. So each one has 9 different coupons in them so far. But then I'm going to, hey Boo, I'm going to add more choices because the kids chose some things that there were not coupons for. So I'm going to make some that are similar to these because I have lots of clip art and I could make it fancy like these kind of. I've already made a template on a PowerPoint slide, so I'm going to get to work on that. Hello, it's like 4:30 and I have been working on my classroom transformation project a lot of the day. Plus I've been prepping some other things that are coming up and I think I've got it done. I'm so excited. So now I just need to make a few things decor wise, and I want to add pictures to the resource for you. So that means I'll have to actually do it first. But the actual thing is done. So excited, so excited. Okay, I hope I can do it next week. That is my plan, to do it at the end of next week. So stay tuned for updates on that because it's going to be a great review for the end of the quarter. That's all I'm going to say about that. You'll just have to stay tuned and see what it is. So the rest of the day, I'm going to work on my newsletter, which I probably should have done earlier, but whatever, there's still time. Probably watch a little bit of TV. I pretty much turned the TV off earlier and just worked on this thing for hours and hours. And I added a lot more things to it, so it's very comprehensive. So I don't know that you'll really need to add anything to it unless you just want to. Okay, I'm going to get back to work and work on my newsletter and relax a little bit and just chill because I've been really focused on this for a big part of the day and I need a little break for my brain. So I'll talk to you later.